Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Tiffany from Chronicle. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So today's video is the walkthrough of the 2026 Chronicle planner lineup. In front of me, we have two planner samples. One is the A5, one is the Traveler's Notebook standard size. And we also have some leather sample. We also have some pen test and some covers to share with you guys. So this video is going to be a long one. I hope you don't mind. I will try my best to cover as much information as I can. But if you have any questions or concern, feel free to comment down below. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. So let's dive in. Let's just skip the intro, dive in. So first of all, I would like to talk about the cover options for our 2026 Chronicle planner. So we have three options. They're so pretty. Let me see if I'm in the frame or not. They're so pretty. Oh, these two kind of look similar. Oh, a little bit darker, but you know. Anyway, what am I doing? Anyway, so we have the linen. Let me show you a closer look. I'm so sorry, it's wrinkled just because my kids toss things around and they play with my samples. So this is linen, and we made the A5 sample with the linen. It's so pretty. It just have a really nice smooth coating, and the texture is wonderful, so soft to touch. It is a really nice peel leather. So that is option number one, linen. And then we have this one. I call it mushroom. It's kind of like a taupe color, really nice. I love the color variation on this leather, super soft. And you know me, I like to have some variations on my cover, so this is one of them. I cannot believe that I actually exclude the brown in this lineup, because if you know me, you know that brown is one of my unicorn color, but I replaced the brown with this one. So you know how much I love this one. I really love this taupe color. It has a gray purple undertone, but it's like really beautiful. Rest assured, if the pre-sale goes well, there is so many other products that I want to invest. For example, an undated or notebooks, just great plain notebooks and things like that, and the brown will come back. So anyway, so this is option number two, and this is option number three, which is a charcoal black. It's not total black. Again, you can see the different shading, color variations on this piece of leather. So cool. I really like that. Really classic. It's like these two, you can never go wrong. Classic neutral color. And this one, I don't see other shops is carrying this color. I'm really glad that I got this one. So three colors options for each notebook. And in terms of sizes, this year we are happy to offer three different sizes. One is A5, which is new to our shop. This one is the Traveler's Notebook standard size, and a B6. Sorry, I didn't order the sample for the B6 just because the B6 will share the same layout as the A5. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. And I also printed out some updated layout. So when you receive your planner, it will look like this. It will come with a sleeve, and here is the basic information about this notebook. But of course, it's no longer correct because we've changed the paper, we've changed the dimension. I mean the thickness at least, and I mean the rest are pretty accurate. Mostly is the paper. So here is the A5 front. And then when you turn it around, this is the back. And this is the binding with the sleeve. And if you take it off, it will look like this. And we are thinking to add another foil on the bottom here, just say A5 full year. And this is the binding, and this is the back. Okay, so let's dive in. When you open it up, you will have this regular thicker paper. I have already asked my manufacturer to find me some other paper with more texture and a different color. So which color you order, the inside cover page will match the cover. I think that is a very nice little touch up. I hope you guys like it. So when you open it up, it was this one, and then here's the logo page, and here is the yearly calendar. So on the yearly calendar, the 2026 is on the right, 2027 and 2028 is on the left. The reason behind this is whenever you plan, of course, we are going to plan on the 2026 more often than 2027 and 2028, right? Whenever you have an appointment or things like that, you put a little stickers on it. And then I feel like if the 2026 was placed here, you have to use something in the back to make the whole planner leveled. So why don't I just put the 2026 on the right? You don't need to grab another notebook or planner to level it up. So that is something that I changed. But also, we've come up with an updated layout, which is we got rid of the yearly title on the top here and make the number larger and put it on the background. So they will look like this. It won't be as dark as this one. It's just some crappy copy paper, so it won't look as dark as this one. But this is the basic concept of what it looks like instead of this one. So that is that. And then after the yearly calendar, actually you will have 2 grid pages on the back for you to do mind mapping, vision board, mood board, or goal setting and things like that. So, and then after the 2 grid pages is the quarterly pages. And here is quarter 1. Here is where you can break down your goals. You can jot down your goals and break them down into small details. And on the right, you can keep track of your goals progress, or you can just use it to highlight vacations, holiday, payday, whatever you want. So it's pretty basic, but also it's very functional. So let me show you how I plan to use. And those are just some faulty planner that I received. But anyway. So if you go to here, so it looks like this. So here, quarter 1 page is on the left, and then the tracker is on the right. So it looks like this. If you have multiple goals within the same quarter, for example, here, to read 12 books, exercise, and drawing. You have 3 goals, let's say, and you break it down. What do you need to do to achieve those goals? You jot down the goals right here, and then here is your breakdown. To read 12 books in quarter 1, per month, every month you have to read 4 books. So how to do that? Maybe you find a reading buddy, maybe you create yourself a reading journal, or maybe you join those book clubs and things like that. So you can jot it down right here. And then exercise is the same thing. You need to build a habit, a routine to do exercise. And Monday and Wednesday, just for example, I make it up. Monday and Wednesday is walking day, 10,000 steps per day. And then Tuesday is when you do the morning run, which is 2 km. And then you have all these goals here, and you transfer those goals onto those trackers. So here is reading. Did you read every single day? And you can keep track of here. And 10,000 steps is every Monday and Wednesday. So Monday and Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday. And then 2 km run is every Tuesday. So you just keep track of your progress on the right. I think this method is pretty convenient and detailed, so you can just easier for you to keep track of everything. Everything will be on these 2 pages, and as the days goes, you see your progress. I think you will be more motivated to keep doing this and achieving the goals within, each quarter. So I think it is a very functional layout for you guys, but you don't have to use it as a goal tracker. I think one of my follower on Instagram, she is planning to use this section as her vacation plan. For example, in January, we are going to Japan. So we jot it down here, Japan, vacation, and things like that. And you can have them, again, break it down. Packing list, budget list, and the shops and or restaurants or food that you want to try. So here is the restaurant. You can jot down the restaurant's name or the stationery shop's name over here. And then budget list is like how much per ticket, how many people are going. So how much in total you have to save. You need to save for the food, for the hotel, to buy stationeries, things like that. And then on the bottom, it could be the weather and your packing list. So here, it doesn't have to be a goal tracker. It could be your vacation planner and things like that. And then on the right, you can just keep track of when you purchase the ticket, when you fly to Japan, and when you come back, all the different kinds of stuff. So here is another way to use the tracker page, quarter page, I'll call it. And then after that, after quarter 1 is quarter 2, and then you have quarter 3 and quarter 4. I didn't print them out just because they look the same. So mini calendar and all the weekends are highlighted. And then after that is the perpetual calendar. And again, the weekends will be highlighted in this one. So in this one, again, is very easy to use. You can use it to check your vacation days, public holidays, random day off, or payday expenses. You can check your exercise, you can check your reading, anything. So this is the perpetual calendar. And then after that is the start of your monthly. So this is our typical layout. You have a grid page on the left, and then you have the monthly preview on the right. So for the grid page, for the grid page, I have been using the grid page like this. So along with the planner, we will also have a sticker bundle for pre-sale. So for this one, for example, here is a large scene, and I will create one for the A5 as well, and it will come in a bundle. And each bundle will have 12 dashboard to cover the whole year. So it can look like this. Just make your planner pretty to start. That's what I like, at least. And then you can also put vellum paper in here. This one is from my shop and has a little calendar in here, which I really, really like. And then when you flip, in the 2025 Chronicle notebook, we have the inbox, but we replace it with this new layout. This is the 1 line a day page. It will also be my gratitude journal. So at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, I will just say, before I start to do anything, I will jot it down in here, just say something that I'm grateful for, or I had a really good sleep, or did I dream about something, some sort of stuff. Or at the end of the day, again, I just sit down before I go to sleep. I jot down what I'm grateful for or what happened that day, right? So here is 1 line per day. And then on the bottom is the grid section. And then when you flip is your month on 2 pages. So here we have another adjustment. Okay, let me grab it. So here it is. On the left, we used to have a little mini calendar, the current month calendar in here, but we got rid of that because we already have the whole calendar here. I just feel like we don't need the mini calendar. So we replaced that calendar with the the next month calendar over here on the bottom, just in case you have like future appointments, then you can just jot a dot here or something like that. And then when it's getting closer to the month, you can just transfer all the information. And then also the weekends will be highlighted. Also, we added the days from the previous month and the days for the next month. So that is the adjustment. And then after the week on 2 pages is our horizontal weekly. So this is our horizontal weekly. I am so proud of how this turned out. I think it is really my unicorn, my ultimate layout. I'm really pleased to have this layout in this planner. So first of all, let's talk about what we have changed. So for example, the week number, we've changed that, just some font, and then the weekend will be highlighted. And in here, we used to have some monthly title on the side, but my manufacturer told me maybe it is getting too close to the edge. The margin is off. So sometimes the machine probably will cut into it. So I don't want to risk it. So I got rid of this monthly title, and I put the monthly title within the planning section right here in the corner, the right top corner. And it's also faded. You barely can see it, but it's there. If you need the reference, you will be able to see it. And then I also reformat the date because I realized I really prefer to have all the tasks started in the same columns. So instead of started from here or here, everything will be started on the same column. It just looked better to me. This is my personal preference, and I applied to that. In the checker section, for the A5 size planner, I've added an extra checker over here, and I also added some shading every other row. So here is the big box. So now let's talk about what I am going to do in this week on 2 pages section. The top row, very easy. You can use it to keep track of your the weather. For example, I have some notes here. You could keep track of your weather. You can check your meal plans in here. Your health tracker could be the moon phase, and you could keep track of your exercise and keep track of your social media, or you can use it as your reading. You can keep track of your reading progress in here as well. So it's really up to you, and it is, again, it's so flexible. It's a really roomy, spacious grid, and you can basically jot down anything over here. So on the actual planning section on the left, for me, it will be like work to do and then personal to do on the right. I need them to be separated. That's why I added a line in between. But it could be like all your to-do all together, and on the right, it could be your meal plan. So yeah, it's really flexible. Basically, whatever you want to check, you can jot them down in here. And then on the right, on the bottom, these 4 big, large boxes, they are very useful. For me, it will be urgent, important, less important, and get rid of. Urgent means the things that has a date. Anything that is time sensitive, you jot it down in here. For example, a dentist appointment, hair appointment, things like that. And then important is something that you need to do within the week, but is not time sensitive. For example, you need to call the bank. You don't have to do it on Monday. You could do it on a Tuesday, but you have to do it this week. Less important is something that you could do it either this week or next week, something that you need to do within this month. And get rid of is, it could be something that you cancel. For example, you cancel your dentist appointment. So it is very useful. And again, they don't have titles, so you can make your own collection, make your own categories. It could be to buy, to do, to clean, and package list, things like that. So it's really up to you, very functional. I really like this layout. And after this week on 2 pages, we have the vertical week on 2 pages. And here we have from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. and there's no line on the top, neither on the bottom. If you need the time like 24 hours, you could do that as well. And then on the left, so it will look like this. Instead of the monthly, we replace it with the date. So we look at this date, we look at this page, and we know that it's the week from 12 to 18. And then we also have the week number and the monthly title. And here is the calendar, and you can tell the calendar is a lot bigger, and the current week is highlighted, and the weekends are also highlighted. Same as these 2 weekends are also highlighted, but not the whole column, just the header. So yeah, that is the new layout, and I really like it. The horizontal and vertical weekly, they are back to back, and they will repeat until the end of each month, and then you go to the next month. So after all that, after all the weekly and monthly, it goes to your grid pages. All the grid pages will be grouped together in the back, and the total grid pages number is 233. And after 233 grid pages, you will get a spacing guide. It will look a little bit different just because we added another columns or something like that. It will look a little different, but it is a spacing guide over here. And then it's your contact list. And then in the back is your personal info and emergency contact. So it is a very basic but very functional, beautiful, minimal layout. I feel like you can keep track of your whole to-do, your whole life over here, no matter it's your goal or your to-do, personal to-do, work to-do, or your health checker, your hobby checker. It could be this in here, everything in one notebook. And I'm so happy to be able to offer that this year. So that is for the A5. The B6 will come with the same layout, with 2 weekly combined together, and all the monthly and weekly will be together with grid pages in the back. The only difference is the B6, of course, is smaller and it will be thinner. Not sure if it will be thinner because we are going to use a different paper for the B6, but the B6 will only have 352 pages total, and it will use a different paper. We will talk about that in a minute, but that is that. A5 and B6 will come with the same layout, and the Traveler's Notebook TN will come with a different layout. So let me show you the Traveler's standard size. Okay, I'm just so worried that it's not focusing because I filmed the last video and the whole video was not focused. Anyway, so your planner will come with a sleeve again. It has a basic description on it, and it looks like this. This is the front, binding, and the back. And if you take off the sleeve, it will look like this when you open it up. And again, this page will match the cover. Everything pretty similar. The logo page, the year on 2 pages, and the 2026 will be on the right, and this 2 will be on the left. And then is the grid on 2 pages, and after that is the quarter section, quarter 1 and quarter 2 and 3 and 4, and then is the perpetual calendar, and is your monthly preview, the dashboard and gratitude journal, 1 line a day. You don't have to use it as your gratitude journal. I keep talking about gratitude journal just because I will be using it that way. But for you, it could be something that you, again, keep track of, like vacation or appointments and things like that. So it's totally up to you. And after that is the month on 2 pages. We remove this calendar and put it on the bottom, and it will be the next month's calendar, not the current month. Weekend will be highlighted, and we also added the days from previous month and the days from the next month if there's any. And then after that is the week on 2 pages, and again we have 8 boxes on the top, And then here we remove this monthly title and move it to over here. And here's a checker and 4 grid boxes. And after the week on 2 pages actually is the grid pages. In 2025, we had 4 pages, but in 2026, we decided to add 2 more. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know a lot of you have mentioned that 4 pages were not enough. So I decided to add 2 more. So it's basically a week if you stack your weekends together. It could be 1 day per page, or you could just follow the flow. If you have a more chill day, you can just do half page and then start the next day from the other half. And then if you have any pages left, it could be your photo wall. You could print out photos and just stick it in here. It's like, you know, memory for the week or something like that. Or you could do like write a letter for yourself, a little summary of the week, or just you jot down some notes for whatever you need to do next week. So it could be anything. So 6 grid pages, you could use it as your daily pages, you could use it as your journal pages, you could use it as your sticker decoration pages, washi tape swatches, currently ink swatches, endless. So here is what we have in between the weekly. So again, it will have week on 2 pages and 6 grid pages in between, and then goes to week on 2 pages again, and it goes on and on and on until the end of each month, and then on and on and on 12 months it reached the end. And then after 12 months you will have 29 grid pages in the back. They will be numbered, easier for you to find exactly what page it is. And after the grid pages, again, you will have your spacing guide, your contact list, and your personal info and emergency contact. So this is the basic layout for the Traveler's Notebook. It is different from the A5 and B6. A5 and B6 are for someone who wants the vertical weekly, and the Traveler's Notebook is for someone that doesn't like the vertical weekly and just prefer to have 1 week on 2 pages and more daily pages. So I want to make my design more flexible in terms of it could be everyone's planner. So next step, let's talk about paper. So paper is a big topic, especially this year, because everybody knows Samsung paper didn't do well. And I talked to my manufacturer. They promised that if I order the Samsung paper, it will be freshly made, and it will be like updated paper. It won't be like their old stock or anything. And they promised to improve their formula. But however, when I received this planner, I did a little pen test in the back, and I'm already seeing some ghosting and bleeding and things like that. I was just using really a fountain pen that everybody would use. Like this one is a Platinum 3776 Century. It's a medium nib, and it is bleeding, and the ghosting is just too much. And this is Leonardo Momento. It's an F nib, and you see it's bleeding and it's ghosting. And I talked to other shops owner and Linda from Rosie Life Plans. If you try to write on those pages already printed, the writing experience will be better. So I try here on the grid pages. I can tell it is better, but still is ghosting a lot. If I compare another brand, the same weight, 52 GSM View Corona, which is the one that I will be using. You can tell, I'm not sure if you can tell from the camera, they all have ghosting, but the Samsung paper seems to have a heavier ghosting than the View Corona. So I've made my decision that we will not be using the Samsung paper for the 2026 Chronicle planner lineup, we'll be using the 52 GSM View Corona paper. These two paper are pretty similar in terms of writing experience, bleeding, and ghosting because they are both 52 GSM, same as the Samsung paper that we were using for our 2025 Chronicle planner. So let me show you. The top 5 are fountain pen, this is gel pen, this is ballpoint pen, and highlighter over here, mild liner, Sailor Shikiori, and Pentel and Zig. And for the pink stamp, which is this one and this two, I use the Versa Magic, this one. And for the blue, this, and this, sorry, I just stamped them all over. I use the stars on, and then for the black, I was using the Shachihata, and for the burgundy, I was using Simon Says stamps. So if I turn around, moment of truth, you can see there is minimal ghosting, no bleeding through in terms of fountain pen, gel pen, and ballpoint pen. And the Versa Magic and Stas on, they're actually behaving really, really well. And I used 2 different types of stamps. One has just line art, the other one has more complicated art. But you can see on the bottom here, this is the Koji. Bottom here is the Stars and Versa Magic, and this, and are we missing one? I think we're missing one pink. But anyway, you can tell from the back there's no ghosting, minimal ghosting, but there's no bleeding through at all. Oh, this one, sorry. So this 4, no bleeding through, only ghosting, really, really good. And same as the View Corona, is over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, minimal, really minimal ghosting, no bleeding through at all. But for the Shashihana, which I'm very surprised to find out, because Google actually recommend this brand on the 52 GSM Tomoe River Paper, but here, after I tried it, it is ghosting and bleeding through, as you can see. I won't say there's a lot of bleed through, but obviously you cannot ignore it, basically. So that is that. And the only one that I don't recommend to use at all is the Simon Says stamps. I expect this. I actually know that it will not work because it is a very, very wet stamp. So yeah, I'm very happy to see the comparison. All this testing just make me feel like, okay, I think I chose the right paper, and yeah. And they are not as white as the Tomoe River Paper. That is one thing. Tomoe River Paper or Samsung paper, they are on a whiter side. This one has a little cream color, but I actually prefer this because it's so soft to my eyes and I really, really like it. It's not as cream as the Hobonichi Wicks, which I hated. This cream is very soft. It sort of reminds me of Midori paper, but it's even like lighter cream than Midori paper. And another thing I want to mention is it does take longer time to dry than Tomoe River paper. So if you are a person that cannot stand that, make sure you choose the 75 GSM paper because it will take longer time to dry. But I don't care because I use those block paper, and I usually have my planner and notebook, you know, lay flat like that. I just like whenever I journal, I went ahead and journal and plan the day. So I really don't care about the drying time. But if you are a person that care about the drying time, it just take a tad bit longer time than Tomoe River Paper in terms of drying. So that is the 52 GSM paper, and we ended up choose the 52 GSM View Corona paper for our full year planner and all-in-one planner. Both are 512 pages. That's why it is thick. That's why I chose the 52 GSM. And now let's go to the 75 GSM. And we have the Cosmo Airlines and the Aerofol. They are both, again, very, very, very nice paper. I love it. So again, the top 5 are fountain pen, gel pen, ballpoint pen, highlighter on the bottom, and all the ink stamps. And if you flip it around, wow, I'm so amazed by this. There is like basically no ghosting, a little bit bleeding through from the Simon Says stamps, but everything else, I just get this dirty. It's not bleeding through. Everything else is perfect. I love this paper. And the writing experience was awesome, so smooth. If I want to compare the 75 GSM to the 52 GSM, I would say the 52 GSM give me a little bit more feedback than the 75 GSM. And let's compare these two. Not sure if you can tell. Let me just focus. So we're using the same fountain pen, same ink, same everything. This is Sailor Pro Gear in medium fine nib. And this is the same, but not sure if you can see the colors are different. Even though they're the same ink, the color is different. This one is more yellowish and this one is more bluish. I was so surprised to see that, to be honest. And if you compare the thickness of the lines, on the 75 GSM Cosmo Airlines, the lines are thicker. It is more like the fine nib is more like a medium nib to me. Even though Aurora 88 is not a typical fine nib, but if you can compare this two, you can see there's some difference there. So that is another thing about the 75 GSM. It tends to make your writing more thicker, but it absorbs the ink very, very, very well. And sometimes the ink color changes. So that is another thing that you might want to know. So yeah, but in terms of bleeding through, ghosting and things like that, they're just wonderful. Look at that. It's wonderful. So that is the 75 GSM Cosmo Airlines and the 75 GSM Aerofol. They're both very awesome papers, but we chose the Cosmo Airlines just because people are more familiar with this brand, and that's it. So this is the back. Okay, last but not least is the 105 GSM Marshmallow paper. In the future, down on the path, I wanted to make like ink swatches journals, fountain pen journals and things like that for those people who loves fountain pen and fountain pen inks. But that is for the future. That's why I wanted to try this paper. That is the pen test result. I hope it is helpful, and leave a comment down below if you want me to try anything specific. I will do it if I have like any specific brand or ink bottles or pens. Let me know and I will do that. The last but not least is the covers. So I want to show you the covers that you can use on the notebooks. So this is the Traveler's Notebook standard size, and this is the leather cover from Traveler's Notebook. And if you just put it over here and close it, there is no overhang. But of course, if you add like tabs on the side or something like that, you will have tabs overhang over here. But if you are okay with this, it totally looks fine. I really like the thickness of this, and I really like the look of it. So this is with the Traveler's Notebook cover, and this is from Vendor's Bag. So let me try in this one. So we put it here. And I even added another insert from Planner Monkey Co. in the back. If you don't want to add an insert, you could add like a file folder or things like that. And it has no problem closing it. And it looks like this. Is it focusing? Okay. Yep. It looks like this. Very pretty. So, true to size. I didn't do any adjustment in terms of the height and the width on the vendor's back cover. So if you order directly from the website, this is what you get, and the planner fits right in, as you can see. The only thing that I did is I widened the closure. I think I did widen to 25 mm, so that is the only adjustment on this planner. So yeah, I think that is a wrap up. I hope you are excited for our new lineup. Oh my goodness, it's like a dream come true to me. Thank you so much for your support. Because of your support in 2025, I can finally bring you more sizes, more cover options, more paper options to the lineup. Our shop is still so tiny, and it's like a baby for notebooks specifically. So I really hope that you like this layout. Let me know if you have any questions or concern. My designer and I really poured our heart into designing those planners for you. Join our Facebook group if you want to have fun with other people, engaging with all the posts and everything, and you will be able to see a lot more behind the scene and stuff. I'm super excited. So let me know which planner you're going to use. Anyway, the pre-sale will start on July 14, and it will run until August 31st. I know it's a long time period, but I just want to make sure everybody has a chance to pre-order their planner, and the estimated delivery date will be in late September or early October. I will do weekly updates in terms of the progress. You know, when I will ask my manufacturer to film when they're printing, or maybe when they're making covers, and when they ship, I will ask my manufacturer to keep track of that, and I will update you guys as soon as possible. So yeah, here is the lineup. Cannot wait to see which planner you're going to pick, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye bye.